Today I am going to be talking about the power of saying no. Obviously, in some cases, this may be very hard to do. It can be difficult. Like say one of your friends comes over and says, "Hey, do you want to go here? Do you want to do this?" And it may not be the right thing to do, or it may not be safe, and you're just going to say yes just because they're your friends. Well, I'm here to let you know it's okay to say no. Even though you may feel like inside you may feel, well, they're my friends and I want to do what they're going to do, but whatever they're going to do, if it gets you in trouble and it doesn't end well, saying no would be the best bet. So, I do a lot of inspirational writings. So, this is one that I wrote, and I am going to share it with you right now. Okay. The power of saying no. Boy, oh boy, what a subject. And I say that only because I struggle with that. I mean it in a different way. Because all my younger years, I got told by people no to a lot of things when I was young. So I didn't know what life would look like for me. I know I have a disability, but with some things, I like to try first before saying no. Especially if it's something I feel really confident about. Like, my grandma always told me she would teach me how to drive as a kid. But when I got told by my doctor that I was blind on my left eye, I had my peripheral vision and my left eye is gone, so I can't. I don't really care about that, but it would be nice. Then I always got told by my mom that I can't live on my own, but a lot of my doctors say I can. And like one or two says no, because I have a disability and some things I may need extra help with. All I really want is to get my own place, but what I struggle with is when there is a problem, most of the time when it comes to saying no, depending on what it is, most of the time I can't. And the reason is because I start thinking about all the what ifs. It's really hard to spend a lot of time thinking if I do that, this or that could happen. And I don't want my what ifs to turn to be the reason why to be the reason why I did what I did. Meaning they did what they did because if that happened, all I have is regret. If I didn't do that, that would have been good. But in a lot of situations, it is good to say no. Because if you say no, that problem or situation that could have taken place, but since you said no, that door automatically closes. So that new doors / opportunities can happen. And a lot of things, even though it's hard, you can say no. You just might need to build up your confidence and courage, but it will be fine. Sometimes it can be really easy to say no. Like, for instance, I know myself very well. And sometimes Okay, hold on. I know myself really well. Um, for, and one day my family kept telling me to try a piece of pie. And just by just by using my senses, I knew I wasn't going to like it because it didn't smell good to me. I didn't like the way it looked, and I didn't like the feeling of the crust. So I knew I wasn't going to like it. So that's another way you can tell if it's okay to say no. It's just a little different than smell, and touch. If you're in a situation, think, how will this affect me mentally, physically, and emotionally? And don't always compare it to a friend, family, or loved one. Think about others as well, because the situation, your actions can affect others because they might like you and know you, can do better, but your actions can really easily easily affect how others feel. So in that case, it's like if I said no, or if I did something that I knew wasn't gonna make me happy or anything, um sometimes you have to think before you do things. Like, if I do this, how would this make me feel? If I do this, how would others feel around me? If I do this, it's the same thing with saying something. If I say this, how will the others feel? If I say this, you know, what emotions will that make me feel? Because if I said something to someone that they didn't like, later on I may feel bad and regret it because they're feeling down and everything. So a lot of times in life, you're going to come across things and you're going to have the option to say yes or no. And just think about it first before you go out there and say yes or no. Think about it first. How will this affect me mentally, emotionally, physically? And then you can decide whether, is this a good option for me or is it not a good option for me? But either way, it's okay to say no. It is totally fine to say no. And thank you for watching. That's technically all I have for today. Yeah, so just be careful when you're choosing in a situation if you should do it or not do it, or even speaking. Should I say this? Should I not say this? Because later you might regret it, and you can't change what happened in the past. You can only change what happens in your future. So if you don't want to feel bad and left out and upset because what you said in your past, just think about it before you go and say it, or think about it before you go and do something like that. So, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.